are live. Let me get back over here. All right. Hi, everyone. It's the 1st of March. It's good to see you guys. We're streaming live to YouTube this time, so it's a little bit different. I'm going to pause this so that I don't hear myself. And I'm excited. We have, this is the European first of the month overview. We have a lot going on this month. So I'm really, really excited to try this out with you guys. Those of you that are joining me live on Zoom, welcome, welcome. It's good to have you. You can ask any questions in the chat box. Those of you that are checking this afterwards on YouTube, the recording will be up for you so that you can share it with your customers. You can share it with friends that might be interested in joining doTERRA. We have an amazing offer this month in Europe where if you actually start with a home essentials kit, which is really amazing starter kit with a diffuser and 10 of our most basic oils, but 15 ml, instead of starting at your LRP percentage at 10%, you actually, by placing an LRP order in April of over 100 PV, you will bump up your percentage, your fast track, to 20% instead of 10% that you're earning back on your LRP orders. So that's a really good enrollment promo this month. We have a lot of extra stuff, but let me cover first with you the product of the month. So if you place a 125 PV order before the 15th of the month, you will get a Lavender Touch. Now the lavender is really the queen, right? Like if we have frankincense that we can't live without, well, you really can't live without lavender either, is what we usually say. So lavender, the physical properties, for those of you that are brand new to doTERRA, we always use the Modern Essentials book for anything physical. Anything emotionally, we use this book. So I'm going to cover first the physical properties and then the emotional properties. So lavender, really, you can see here, it has a long list of things that you can use this amazing oil for. Some of the primary body systems that we are looking at, you can use this oil aromatically, topically, and internally. Now, because the product of the month is a Lavender Touch, it's going to be in a roller ball. It's already diluted with coconut oil. You wouldn't take that one internally. This one is created in the roller ball for physical use. But the body systems are cardiovascular system, emotional balance, nervous system, and skin. So you have a great overall oil. Anything skin related. It can be insect bites, it can be burns, it can be cuts, scrapes, sunburn, all of those types of things, it falls in under that. Emotionally, it's going to be one of the oils we use for sleep and for calming the mind, calming emotions. If there's a lot of anxiety, just a lot of stuff going on, the lavender will automatically calm your nervous system. It is also a very great oil to relieve muscular discomfort. So if you're using one of the other oils, such as deep blue, if you layer it with lavender, it actually increases the muscles that are tensing. It's incredibly good for head tension. You can apply it to your temples and apply peppermint over it. It's really good for this. It's great for people that have tension in the jaw. Anything teeth related, you can roll it on the jaw and do a gentle massage. It's also great for if you have blisters inside of your mouth, you can take a little bit on your finger and rub it directly on there. I would probably use the one that's not with the coconut oil, just use plain lavender. But if you use the one with the coconut oil, it's not going to hurt you at all. It's just going to be a little bit more oily. That's all. Other than that, it is really good for like I said, anything skin related. So if there's impurities, if there's inflammation in the skin, if there's pus, the lavender is going to calm all of that stuff down. It's a natural antihistamine and anti-inflammatory, so that will work really great for you. And let's talk a little bit about the emotional use, because as you guys know, that is my kind of preferred area where I love diving into the emotional use of the oils. Now, lavender is the oil of communication. which means it's going to be on your 5th chakra, your throat chakra. It's going to be a very powerful oil. It's also the oil of being calm, as we know. Lavender supports individuals in releasing tension and constriction that stems from withheld expression. So often we think that if a person is really loud, it's that they're not, that they're being heard. It's often the other way around. People that have a hard time feeling seen, feeling heard, they might overpower with using a loud voice, using a loud persona. And by using the lavender, we can actually bring the throat chakra into balance. It creates a safe space for full expression, to be seen and heard fully. And therefore, they don't need to be so loud. They don't need to overpower others. It also helps people express themselves so that others can clearly hear the message. So for people that have a hard time finding the words or feeling safe to speak their truth, this is an amazing oil to bring that into balance. It's also a great oil for emotional honesty, so that people really feel comfortable speaking their truth. And it has the potential to experience unconditional love, or the people who use it has the potential to experience unconditional love, acceptance, and peace of mind, which is, I think, what everyone really wants, right? Is this freedom to have peace of mind. In addition to the product of the month, if you place your order before the 15th, 125 PV LRP, you get the Lavender Touch for free. We also have this month the Arborvitae, where you get 10% off. Now, the Arborvitae is an oil that not a lot of people use, and it has actually become one of my favorite oils. I'll tell you why. It's a very, very powerful oil. Even though it comes in a little bottle, you really only need 1 drop at a time. It's a strong, powerful scent. The Arborvitae is steam distilled from heartwood. We actually source it in Canada, and it's a natural antibacterial, antifungal. It is very calming. It is also very good for the big C. Now, the Arborvitae you can use topically and aromatically. You don't need to use that one internally. There's no need for that. It is also a repellent. It's really, really good for anything parasitic. Now, these are the physical properties, right? You want to dilute and use it directly onto pulse points or wherever the area is. People that suffer from like sores around the mouth, Arborvitae can be really, really good for that, because it's an antiviral as well. So the body systems that we're looking at are respiratory system, skin, and emotional balance. The emotional property for Arborvitae, however, is the oil of divine grace. So for all of my overachievers out there that feel that they need to do everything by themselves and not receive support, you want to do Arborvitae. And I have one of my favorite blends. I take a 5 ml rollerball and I do 20 drops of elevation and do 2. That's really all I need. Maybe 3 drops of Arborvitae. You can do that to your personal scent. Top the rest with coconut oil. And that is an amazing perfume. It's the elevation is bringing the lightness and the spirit in with the Melissa oil, the joy. But the Arborvitae is there to help you release the sense of needing to control everything and allowing yourself to surrender. And really, we only experience true peace of heart and mind when we surrender fully to God's grace. And that's what this oil helps us learn. So for those that feel like they need to struggle and do everything in solidarity, you want to start using this oil. You can also put it in the diffuser, just 1 drop, mix it with some orange, mix it with some peppermint. It's beautiful mixed with citrus oils. It's a very grounding oil. And we learn, it's actually Arborvitae in Latin means to sacrifice. And what we're learning is to sacrifice our own egoic personal will ideals and release like our own egoic ambitions, right? But for a far more fulfilling life, opening up to surrendering to what God really has in mind for us. So this is a powerful one, and teaching us to live effortlessly. It's a great oil for trust. It's a great oil for grace, and it's a great oil to release fear. That is Arborvitae. Now we have another promotion this month, which is amazing. We have, if you place a 200 PV order, you get a free Copaiba and Adaptive. That is a powerhouse combo right there. Personally, I'll share with you, in the past month and a half, my partner and I, we've moved from Miami back to Spain, closed up our apartment. That was a lot of emotional, a lot of instability. And then we've had family stuff going on at the same time. Not COVID related, just want to put that on. But there is definitely health things going on in our family. And so emotions have been high. And it's just this feeling of ungroundedness, because no apartment in one place, no apartment in the second place, packing up, moving. And it's just constant commotion. And without Copaiba and Adaptive, honestly, I take it every day. I take it in the capsules. So when you get the oil, you can put it in the little soft gel. Just do 3 drops in each soft gel and pop 1 a day, or you can buy the already blended capsules. Without those capsules, I don't know how I would have survived, to be honest with you. It has just kept me really even keel and able to handle the task in front of me. Adaptive is what we say. Some people like to use it at night for sleep. I like to use it during the day. It keeps you calm enough to deal with the task at hand a day. The Serenity is the one that we use often at night to get the peaceful sleep. The Adaptive will allow you to get everything done on your list without feeling overwhelmed, and the grounding of Copaiba helps there. So let me cover briefly the physical components of the Copaiba. It's distilled from a tree in the Amazon in Brazil, and it's a very, very difficult oil to gather. So it's a very precious oil. First, when we started having Copaiba, we actually could only buy 1 bottle per order, 1 bottle per person per month, because it was so precious. It was very difficult for us to get a hold of. doTERRA's forged amazing relationships with people that live all along the Amazon in Brazil. And now we have it readily available to us, and have really come to understand that Copaiba offers so much more than what we originally thought. Back in the day when CBD oil was first this big thing, everyone was talking CBD. doTERRA made it very clear that they were not going to do CBD because there's too many regulations around THC. There's not enough research that CBD is completely rid of THC. So there is a whole bag of stuff that they didn't want to deal with. And instead they found Copaiba, which works on CB1 and CB2 receptors. And we have a lot of literature, a lot of research, a lot of clinical trials that show how Copaiba actually works way more effectively than CBD. So if you're one of those types of people that love CBD, try Copaiba. You can drop it directly under the tongue. You can use it topically and aromatically. Like I said, it's from the Amazon, and the body systems we're looking at is cardiovascular, anything blood related, heart related in the body. Respiratory system. If you are one of those people that have been dealing with this thing that's going on in the world at the moment, you can use Copaiba directly on the lungs. You can use it in your diffuser. It is amazing to support your lungs. It's great for the nervous system. It's great for muscles and bones, emotional balance, and skin. It touches on every single system, minus the digestive system. And I mean, if everything else works great, the digestive system is going to work great too. So this oil is right after frankincense, honestly, one of the most effective oils I've worked with in the last year, I will say. So it's great for skin. You can try a drop in your moisturizer and you will see how clarifying it is. It's a natural antioxidant. So it is going to boost your immune system, taken internally and topically under the feet. It's going to go into your bloodstream within 30 seconds. All oils do under the feet. It's very good for calming feelings of anxiety. It's great if there is any sign of inflammation in the body, and any aches, muscular aches, pains, tensions, all of that, it's going to help calm. The emotional properties from copaiba, which is, I touched on that when I first started talking about it. It is the oil of unveiling. And this oil invites individuals to become really thoroughly aware of our shadow aspects and discover who we really are. So for those that tend to connect with our past and not really move forward, but be stuck in that, it offers a deep intertwining energy that links experiences so that we can unveil what's really in store for us, so that we're not stuck in the past. It also offers assistance to those caught in very low vibrations, such as shame, blame, fear, self-loathing. When we are stuck in those low vibrations, disease vibrates on that frequency. And it's up to us to get our cells and our body up into a high frequency so that we can be healthy. Because if your frequency of the body is in a high level, you actually can't attract disease. When we live in shame, blame, guilt, fear, anger, that is a vibration that attracts disease. Okay. So it's simply a matter of, it's a matter of science. It's measured in your cells. And what happens is when we start to use an oil that vibrates high, it brings our cellular structure up, and then we cannot get sick. It's amazing. So this oil is very good for that, to increase our vibration. It summons people to begin the unraveling and restoration process necessary for lasting healing and further awareness and insight. So people that haven't been wanting to move forward, that live with the blinders on, copaiba, black pepper work really well together, because black pepper is also the oil of truth, the oil of unveiling. And those two work amazing together. It helps us to move on from any of those low vibrations, like I mentioned. And it helps us to be really, really comfortable with our truth and stay in our center, rather than trying to cover up and be something we're not. It invites individuals to come to the divine for clarity and redefinition. If someone has been unhappy with what's going on, this oil will really help you get to the truth of your essence and redefine what is in store for you. It also can support you with the divine higher messages that are being delivered to you. It's going to really increase your intuition. This is a powerful oil. It helps with feelings of worthiness, self-aware, clarity, forgiveness of oneself, redefinition of self, and really having a purposeful existence. Needless to say, I love, love, love this oil. Now, the physical components of this one, which is also an oil you get for free with any 200 PV order, you get the copaiba and the adaptive free, those two. There's a big savings. I can't remember exactly the savings, but I'll look that up for you in a moment. The adaptive physical properties actually helps to regulate your GABA receptors. So when a person is under a lot of stress, distress, feelings of anxiousness, GABA is being overproduced, right? Anyone who suffers from depression has low serotonin, and when there's anxiety and hyperactivity, there's too much GABA. And we need to regulate that. We need to have a balanced serotonin. We need to have a balanced GABA. And doTERRA has done clinical trials, which you can read about on pubmed.gov, that's G-O-V. And you can read about all of the clinical trials that were done for helping people with feelings of anxiety. And when you take the adaptive, we have them in capsules. You can take them internally. You can make your own capsules. You can use it topically and in the diffuser. We also have it in a roller for convenience. I think I have one right here, actually. Yeah. So I have it in a little, I actually have this, so I just put it on my bag and it hangs right here. You can see the Adaptive. This one though is the 15 ml bottle, completely pure, not diluted. And when you start to use that on your pulse points, on your temples, behind the ears, behind the neck, another good point is the elbow crease down the front arm. We have a meridian that runs here, the Chinese line. You can use it on the Sanjiao channel right here. The wrists, this relates to all of the cardiovascular points right here. When you apply the Adaptive there, and in combination with Copaiba, it's going to be very calming for your nervous system. Everything nervous system related, okay? You can put a couple of drops in your bath. You can put a couple of drops in your body lotion and do a calming massage in the coconut oil if you wish to do that. The emotional property is the oil of adaptability. So I want to actually read to you from here. Just give me 1 second. And this one was a little bit slow for me today to pull up, but it is coming right here. My phone, here we go. We also will be doing our monthly newsletter, and that will have our graphics that are quick reference graphics. We will post the video in another letter that we're going to send to you as well. We will obviously have this live on YouTube, so you can always refer to it and send it to your customers. Okay, so Adaptive, it's the oil of adaptability. It was formulated to assist with anxious states, like I mentioned. It imparts reassurance and calm when one is caught in a cycle of constriction, tension, worry, solitude, and uneasiness. So we all know when the spiral hits, it's very easy to go down the spiral and everything seems to get constricted and tight, and it's hard for us to function. This oil actually helps us release some of that and go up on the spiral so that we can breathe and we can become more calm and see things more clearly. When individuals who've been in an extended long period of stress, from traumatic experiences, we can talk about PTSD, anything that's gone over a period of time, the mind and the body responds by being hypervigilant, which means you can be carrying out tasks that normally you don't have a reaction to, but if you've been under stress for a long period of time, that same task will all of a sudden create a very, very hyper response, also PTSD. But it could be something like driving down the highway might not be a problem normally, and all of a sudden driving down the highway is an issue. Or people crossing the street can be an issue. There are things that normally would not cause an issue that all of a sudden are difficult. This oil supports those people in that transition, in being okay with those things again and adapt to the moving things around us, and helps us just positively function in our day-to-day life. It adapts to stressors and fears, the fears that are coming from outside or inside, and so that we can be clear, more constructive, and confident. It also helps us look at the deeper messages that are coming behind the emotional manifestations and examine where these reactions are coming from. Let me explain. When we see a certain pattern come over and over and over again, this oil can bridge the gap so that we actually allow ourselves to see, why is this showing up again? And it allows us to dissect it and look at it without falling into a darkness, but looking at it with light and going, oh, wow, it's this, without the shame, without the guilt, and being able to process it with light and being able to go through it. The blend will partner with individuals in asking difficult questions of why they don't feel safe or what part of themselves is in need of attention. So if we've been ignoring a part of our body, this oil will help bring attention to that, so we no longer are ignoring it and indirectly causing different stressors to occur to draw attention to that, right? Like accidents, for example. it inflicts, excuse me, that it helps us instill kindness towards oneself and self-acceptance when we are on the journey of healing. It conveys softly the truth of that most of life is beyond the ability to control, and safety is only to be found in the arms of the divine. So you can see, together with copaiba and arborvitae, this combination of these oils this month, and then lavender being able to express your truth, the 4 oils together are really, really powerful. Okay. It asks the individual to exercise faith that we're always held and carried. These are the product of the month, the 10% off, the 200 PV promo. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to share my screen because we do have 2 other amazing offers this month. And I'm just going to go ahead right here. I'm going to show you. We have a spring tour on, so you'll be able to see this right now. There is a spring kit, and I'm going to do a separate video on this because the spring exclusive kit, you get that when you register for the spring tour. And the spring tour online 2021, I believe, excuse me, you can actually buy 1 per order. Pardon me. You don't have to register for the spring online tour, but this is what we'll be presenting on. It is 3 exclusive oils that you cannot purchase. This is your only chance to get them. You're going to have Tulsi, which is holy basil. You're going to have Lavender Touch, which is a 10 milliliter roll-on. And you're going to have bergamot mint. And then there's going to be the Balance Bath Bar. It's going to be in a doTERRA branded polyester bag, and it'll be packaged in that, and you're going to get it. Now, it's available while supplies last. It's going to be either standard or Lrp order, and 1 per order until March 31st. The online spring tour is where we'll cover all of this. We're also going to go through a lot of new announcements, things that are going to happen in doTERRA, what's happening. And when you register for the online tour, you're actually going to be part of the drawing of these amazing exclusive gifts. There's elephant diffuser, backpacks, other child diffusers, vitamins, boxes, storage boxes. This one's amazing right here. There's a lot of amazing oils. The tour dates, I'm going to cover for Denmark. It's going to be 16th of March. It's going to be an online tour. For Spain, it's going to be the 15th through the 20th of March. And then we have UK. We have different dates all throughout Europe, Netherlands, We've got in Slovenia as well, Sweden, the 2nd of March, which is tomorrow already. You can register online. We'll make sure to post the link in our newsletter, which is coming out today, okay? In addition to that, the final thing I mentioned in the beginning of the call today is the Lrp Boost. So anybody who you would like to introduce doTERRA to, if they enroll in the month of March with the Home Essentials Kit, which is awesome. You got the 10 most basic oils, 15 ml, and the petal diffuser. If they place an Lrp order in April over 100 PV, they will bump their fast track percentage from 10% earnings up to 20% earnings. So you're basically fast tracking yourself 6 months into rewards. So all of this information is also on doTERRAeveryday.eu. And let me stop sharing my screen. It's been amazing to be with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this. Please, please, please do share this with your friends, family. It's a great time to get started. We also do have the final announcement I want to make is the Global Leadership Convention. Anybody who has registered for leadership, it is silvers and above that register. It is going to be an online event. Actually, they might have opened it up to premieres now. I believe they might have done that. I need to check that. But you can see online on doTERRA.com, you can buy up to 9 extra tickets and get the swag. And it's going to be a great event where you're seeing from the doTERRA owners, you're seeing everything that's going on, new development, new oils, et cetera, et cetera. So we will see you online. We have this month as well, oil studies happening. That is for anyone that's not enrolled, anyone who wants to be part of a trial. It's going to be from March 13th through the 20th. Speak to the person who introduced you to doTERRA, and we will get you put in the group. We do need to get registration done. And as for continuing education for our customers, next round starting in April will be the last round that we're doing live, and then we're going to try and do it on demand. So it's going to be a little bit different than what you've seen up until now. But continuing education course 1 will start again next month. So keep an eye out for the registrations for that. And I hope you enjoy and take advantage of all the amazing specials that we have this month. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.